as you're building the forever business. If you want to compare network marketing with self-employment or employment, you can see, we have an unlimited income. You have got security when it comes to building your business, because yes, you're your own boss. So it means you choose. If last month I made 10,000 rands, this month I want to be making 20,000. I just need to double my activities. Promotion. It's not because someone likes you. The way Kum always say, when your boss doesn't like you, I've never experienced it because I've never been employed. But I don't know that, but I know from people that have been employed. I know when someone doesn't like you, there's no promotion. In Forever, you choose. In fact, you're actually being helped to be promoted. If you want to go to supervisor, it means your leader is there for you. He's asking you, like, what can we do? He's talking to your people. He's helping you closing your deals. He's helping you with follow-up. You want to become a manager, the same. You want to become a senior manager, kaplan. You are getting people to help you. You understand? You can be able to get what we call royalty income. Royalty income is an income that is getting in your account even when you are sleeping. That is a potential that this business can give you. That is the forever promise. Help and support. There's incentive, and everybody can qualify for incentive. You can be an ego manager. You can be a kaplan qualifier. You can be a global rally qualifier. You understand? These incentives are for everybody. It's not limited for people that have, like on employment. It's only for certain people. You understand? With network marketing, you have got multiplication of time. We call it today, I'm missing vocabularies. We call it leverage. You understand? We call it leverage, meaning with this business, you are joining the business to share the products with other people, but you want to maximize on that by helping other people share the products with other people. And the more people you have, the more money you're gonna make. But that also means the more people you have, it means you're actually multiplying your time that you're working with the business. Everybody has got 24 hours a day. You cannot work, even if you want, you cannot work over 16 hours a day. That's not possible. Most people work 8 hours to 9 hours a day, you understand? But then with the employment, you're only getting paid with only the 9 hours. With network marketing, with Forever Living, to be precise, you are working 2 hours a day. You have got 20 other people working 2 hours a day. That's already 44 hours a day. And you are getting paid out of the 44 hours a day. You have got 100 people, in your team, everybody working 2 hours, that is 200 hours. There is no way in a traditional business, so there's no way in employment you can be able to be paid out of 200 hours. So guys, this business is an amazing business that I wish for us to really get serious about it. The only thing that you need to have a right mindset about it. It's only 20% skills. So for example, if you're here listening to me and you're not a supervisor yet, I will tell you this. For you to become a supervisor, you don't need much skills. There are people that go to supervisor within 2 weeks, within 1 month, the first month of the business. So meaning getting to a level like supervisor, you don't need skills. The only thing that you need to have a right mindset. You need to have a great attitude. And that is why I started with that video. You understand? Because they say, and they also know, like these top leaders globally, they know that great attitude is what you need for you to build business. This business in Forever Living, you understand? There are people that will say no. Are you going to smile even when they say no? You understand? People are going to quit on you. People are going to tell you they're going to join the business. They're not going to join the business, maybe. People are going to join your business and maybe they're going to quit the business. But you need to know that if they were able to join, if I was able to find them, I will always get other people to join my business. So keep that great attitude. Sometimes you can be working the business and you don't see the results. The only one thing that will sustain you in the business is the attitude that you have for your business. So always remember that success begins in the mind. You understand? And I love giving an example. If you're living in a house, it means someone saw that house the way it is. I sometimes do art, like portraits and all that, or no portraits, but maybe, how do I say, canvases, and I have it in my mind before I put it on the canvas. That is how it is, even with this success. Whatever goal that you want to achieve, you have to achieve it here. You have to have a great attitude. You have to believe in yourself. Also, you have to believe in Forever Living. That is why I started by sharing you why you should understand the importance, or rather the value of what you have in your mind. You need to be willing to embrace change. If you're watching too much TV, then you need to know you have started a business that will need you to replace that habit and know the limit when it comes to watching TV. I'm not saying don't watch, But I'm saying, if you're watching 3 hours a day, then maybe you need to cut down 2 hours and then 1 hour. And then only 1 hour and then 2 hours put in the business. If you're on social media, know how you can be able you can be able to build your business using it and not just waste time. You understand what changed? I think that is what we shared the other week, like the habit that you're supposed to develop for you to be able to build your business. Be willing to pay the price. Most people start the business, they don't put in the work, and then they're saying the business doesn't work. Guys, you have to put in the work for the business to be able to manifest or to be able to give you the result that you want. Like, for example, we went to Namibia. I know there's Gwen who did not have people in Namibia, but she took time. She did not just say, you know what, I don't know people in Namibia, but what she did, she went to Facebook, she looked for the groups of people that are in Namibia, she started inboxing them. She joined the groups and then she started inboxing them. You won't believe she was not in Namibia, but she had 4 people. Of the 4 people, 2 of them are already ready to join the business. That is being willing to pay the price. That is being willing to think bigger. That is being willing to think extra when it comes to your business. You need to have a clear vision for the future. What kind of a lifestyle that you want to achieve with this business? You know, are you ready to make a commitment? Commitment is like, you know what? Like, yes, right now, this is the time that most people will be probably preparing dinner. This is the time that maybe you are tired out of, you know, you're just out of work right now. You just got home. Commitment is you saying, you know what? I am tired. Discipline is you saying, you know what, I am tired. I don't feel like doing it. Like, for example, today, maybe that is why my vocabulary is like, you know, I'm missing my vocabulary because I was like, you know what, if it was me, I wouldn't have done this meeting today. But you know what? I need to show up for my business. I need to show up for you as your leader as well. Kumo today is here with us, but she is somewhere else, you know, but I know the network where she is not as, but we are showing up. Why? Because that is what you need. Commitment, discipline for your business. So there's this book that I will highly recommend. It's called Attitude is Everything. I've read it, and I think I've read it 2 times or 3 times, and I highly recommend that you read it. It's also on soft copy, so you know, I'm sure you can be able to find it. You need to develop, as I said, the right mindset, right? The attitude, great attitude for your business. And for you to have a great attitude for this business, the very first thing that you need to have is you need to have understanding. So I am urging you to be taking your time and learn this business. Don't wait for the trainings like this. Don't wait for trainings on Wednesday and Thursday, right? Or Thursday, any of these 2 days. So don't wait for this 1 day of a week for you to be part of the training. You know, I will wish if you could be taking your time every day, take your 10 minutes, wake up in the morning, get to YouTube, write motivation, just write motivation. It will bring you a lot of videos. Take a 10-minute video in the morning, okay? And watch it. That is you learning for you to understand, okay? Motivating yourself as well, you understand? Before you go to sleep, we have got so many videos. I personally have got videos on my YouTube channel. You can write Veronica Kundia, you can write Enos Salema. There's videos that are in English, you know? We can write a Jane Leach. You can write Forever UK, Forever Living Products. Take your time and learn. Don't wait for this training, you know? And of course, attend the training as well is another way. But the most important way that you can use for you to understand this business is for you to have your own experience. So if you want to understand the products, the one way is making sure that you're using the products. And I will ask you to make sure that every month you're having 2 new products that you're using. You're adding on top of what you are using already. So for example, if you're using Actic C, for example, and you're using toothpaste and deodorant and aloe vera gel, the next month add probiotic and add a shampoo maybe, or add a shampoo and a conditioner. The other month, add Agiplus. The other month, add, even if it's small products, but add products, because that is how you can understand how the products works. If you want to understand how you can be able to talk to people about your business, doing a one-to-one, the only way is not just attending the training. The only way is if you invite your person and you invite your leader, the leader will do the meeting for you first time, second time, the third time you do it. That is how you understand. Why do I insist on understanding? It's because if you don't understand, you cannot believe. You can never believe what you don't know. So if it's forever, there are people that are not fully committed with the business. And I will always take it back to understanding. Do they understand forever? You can think you know Forever Living by just knowing, it started 43 years ago, 169 countries, the history. But do you really understand Forever? You probably don't understand Forever. Do you understand how to do Forever? If you don't understand how to do Forever, you cannot have the commitment to do it. So you understand, then you believe. So you need to believe in network marketing as the industry that we are in. Understand what network marketing is for you to believe that network marketing is the only industry that can really be able to give you the kind of a lifestyle that you want to live. You understand? Now, at this particular time, at this time and era, you need to understand the products for you to believe in the products. You need to understand the company, Forever Living, so that when someone else comes with another network marketing company, you wouldn't be swayed, swing here and there. You are here in this company, you're here. I know there's one of the leaders that actually had she even qualified for a chairman's bonus check. She was a senior manager in Forever and came another company, and then she quit Forever Living, started to do another network marketing company. She was discontinued with Forever Living. Now she wanted to come back. She had to start again as an assistant supervisor, ladies and gentlemen. From being a chairman's bonus qualifier, from being a senior manager. Can you imagine that? So you need to understand what Forever is for you to be able to build your business the way it's supposed to be built, for you to get the success that you want to get with the business. But on top of it all, you need to believe in yourself. You need to understand what are your weaknesses so that you can know how to turn your weaknesses to strength. You need to know your strength. You understand? I'll give you an example. Me and Kumo, we are two different, we have got probably different personalities a bit, you understand? But I know my strength, she knows her strength. And then when we came together, we are bringing our strengths together and we are supporting each other into helping you grow your business. You understand? I know I'm very hyper. I'm very good when it comes to business presentation. I'm very good when it comes to, these team trainings. I've got my personal strength. She has got her own personal strength. You understand? Someone else is good at face-to-face ways of prospecting. Another one is very good at social media. When you know when you know your strength, it's easy for you to focus on that as you're also working on your weaknesses. So believe in yourself. Understand yourself for you to believe in yourself. When you believe, that is when you put the commitment into the business, And when we say commitment in the business, we mean the time, like the time that you are here spending with us, understanding this business, attending this team training. This is you committing your time. You committing your time into making those calls. You committing your time into texting people and inviting them for the meeting. You taking your time and invite people for that WhatsApp presentation, Zoom meeting, physical meeting. You committing your time into watching that video. You committing your time into doing the coaching to your one person that has joined the business. You understand? Time. But also, even imagine it's here. You committing your time into writing that list of names of people. In the first steps to manager, we say write 100 list names. But I say 200 list of names of people. So if you're in the business and you have not written your list of names, then you are making a very big mistake. Because Jane Leach once said, one of the top distributors Forever Living globally, and actually number 2 in the globe, she said, if someone is in her team and she doesn't have a list of names, she cannot work with that person. You know why? Because the marketing plan of Forever is already working for millions of people around the globe. Your only plan for you to be able to achieve massive in this business is your list of names. Without the list of names, you cannot be able to retail. Without the list of names, you cannot be able to talk to people. You cannot wake up in the morning every day, take your phone, and then be going through on your contact list every day. You can't do that. So if you don't have a list of names, please make a commitment to make sure that you are actually writing your list of names between today and Sunday, as when we are doing the 7 day plan, 7 days plan. You have your list of names. So that when you're planning for your next week, you know exactly who I'm gonna call every single day. You understand? You need to commit into stock and inventory. When I say stock and inventory, remember in Forever, for you to go and stock again, you need to have sold 70% of your business, 70% of your products So I don't say stock, massive. No, I just say that you need to know your product focus. So for example, for me, my product focus is weight loss. I cannot, and I sell so much in Tanzania. I cannot, I am in South Africa, but I sell in Tanzania massively. And I cannot allow myself to not have a Clean 9, F15, Garcinia, Forever Them, you understand, Ultralight separately in Tanzania. Why? Because even today I've sold F15 and aloe vera gel. So if I do not have it, what would I have done? You understand? So if you know you're selling a lot of toothpaste, you cannot allow yourself to not have a toothpaste. If you know you're selling a lot of a certain product, you cannot allow yourself to not have that product. You understand? I'm sorry, just give me a minute. I need to spotlight my video for you. All right. You understand? So commit into having the stock of what you know that you're selling. Okay. Another commitment is be coachable. And so congratulations, please, some thumbs up to yourself for being part of this session, because when you commit, that is when the action follows. So in the action, the understanding action are also actions, but these actions are the actions that are actually putting you in front of a person about your business. So when we say actions that are going to bring you results, we mean actions that are putting you in front of the person, that either you are explaining to them about a product or you're explaining to them about the business. You understand? Or you have got someone that has joined the business and you're coaching them on how they can be able to be successful. So I'm giving you an example. Me doing this training with you right now, for me, this is an income generating activity. But for you, this is understanding. So this activity is not going to help you make the money. This activity is going to help you understand how you can build your business better. So that when you're putting these actions that are supposed to bring you results and the success and the money, you are going to be doing them easily. So action, how, actions that are involving retailing, actions that are involving, coaching and mentoring, and actions that are involving sponsoring. And then that is when you should expect results. So if you have not gone through the cycle, you cannot expect results. And I know that there are people that start the business without even understanding they're getting results. I know that. There are people that get in the business 3 months later, they're managers. And that is why I always tell people, do not compare yourself to other people. You know why? Because as much as they go to manage in 3 months, they will still need to go back and first understand, then believe, then commit, then put the action, and then keep getting the results. That is why we get people getting the business, starting to sponsoring massively and all that, and then after a few months, they're nowhere to be found in the business because they got the results before the understanding and the belief and before going through the cycle. So this cycle has to be gone through like this, guys, like this. So if you are one of these people that got in the business and you got results, then you have, for you to be able to sustain yourself in the business, to retain yourself in the business, and also to retain the people that are in your business, you have to go through the cycle like that. And for you to be able to go through the cycle, understand, believe, commit, action, and then get the results, you really have to understand why you should do it. And that is why I always tell people, always remember why you started the business. That school fees that you've always wanted for your kids, that best school for your kids, that house that you've wanted to, that trip that you've always wanted, the global trip, that car that you've always wanted to, you going out of, getting yourself off debts. You understand? Have that person develop the security, the peace of mind. Why are you doing this business? You need to really make sure that you know it, and you need to make sure that you have got a dream board or a dream book that you are actually defining your goals. So you need to set your personal goals, you need to set your family goals, and you need to set your financial goals. Now, for me, I will say business goals, you understand? And you need to set the long-term goals and the short-term goals at the same time. So don't just start thinking of the mansion instead of you thinking of what am I going to get, or what am I going to make within this month, within 6 months of the business. In fact, between now and the end of the month, you need to have your short-term goals. What do you want between now and the end of the month? Within these 10 days, you can even tell yourself, I want to earn an extra 3,000 within these 10 days, and then sit down and know with your plan, upline, how you can be able to achieve that. You understand? And then after that, now start making another short-term goal between January next year to December next year. That is still short-term goals. Short-term goals is between 0 to 2 years. Long-term goals or mid-term goals, which I will say mid-term, long-term, that is 2 years and above. And how can you set your goals easily? Write down the 50 things that you've always wanted to do within 10 years. I have a training that I did train about this on how you can be able to set your goals better. So please, maybe if you need it, just ask for the recording and then I'll send it to you. So I'm not going to go into how you can be able to set your goals, but you need to have your goals, because these are the reasons why you'll be able to build your business the way it's supposed to be built. So for example, within 12 months, you need to know, one, maybe I need a new phone as a tool, so having a good phone is not luxury. For us, it's a tool for your business. You taking nice pictures, sharing on social media, taking nice videos, sharing on WhatsApp statuses. You understand? That's a tool. So maybe you need a new phone. Write it down. Maybe I need to be able to pay my rent. I need to be able to pay my mortgage easily without having that stress of like, hey, where am I going to get my rent? Where am I going to get my mortgage? I need to buy a laptop. What is that you want within 12 months? I want to furnish my house. I want to be able to buy a car. I know there are some people that were able to buy their cars within 12 months of business. Kumo being one of those people. You understand? I need to support my family. How? When you say support, what do you mean by support? You need to define it. I need to pay off my debt. How much are your debts? And when do you want to make sure that you're off debt already? So I need to start saving. How much do you want to save? When do you want to start saving? So all these goals, you can write them down, and then after that, prioritize which one is number one, which one is number two, and which one is number three. And then put your focus on only those three. And then when you achieve them, then put another ones, but have goals that are pushing you. Okay, so now that you've already set your goals, and there's a video that I'm going to share with you by Jane Leach, that she's talking about how you can be able to set your goals in alignment to Forever Living products. It's only 10 minutes, and I will wish for you to be able to watch it. Now, you need also to understand that, yes, I've set my goals and I'm going to do the business. So I need to understand the basics. So I'm just going to go through quickly for the new members. We have got what we call cash credits. That is what we call CC. CC are points, basically. This is our forever money, internal currency of the company. So Forever is in over 169 countries, and every country has got its own currency. And so Forever have created its own internal currency, so that when you buy a product in rand, will be the same as someone that bought a product in US dollars, that bought a product in Tanzanian shilling, that bought a product in in yen, Chinese, whatever, you understand. So case credit is forever money. So when someone buys a aloe vera gel, Forever doesn't say this person has bought a product for 400 rands. No, has bought this product for certain Kenyan money. No, it says this person has bought a product at 0.102. So how can you get the CCs? You accumulate CCs by you buying the product for yourself, okay, under your own name. Okay, so for example, if you want to become a full member, as you need to buy a combo pack, which is 2 case credits, or you need to buy products that are, if you add them, the CCs, you're going to pay about 8,400 rands for South African, marketing plan, South African plan, or that will be about 2 case credits for you to become a full member. All right, so now you're already a full member, right? The next thing that you're supposed to do is getting people in your business. So you're going to get CCs by having people join your business. And good thing about this business is these CCs are accumulated up to 10th, 20th, 100th generation of your people. So it's not only from the first people that have joined the business. So if you have got one person join your business, that one person sponsored another person, that 2 CC that another person has done is coming to the second person, it's coming to you as well. So when we are saying you're going to go to Supervisor, you need about 25 case credits. It's not you alone. It's you and your people. It's you and the person that invited another person and invited another person, invited another person. So in here, you need to be a manager and you need 150 case credits. Don't feel like this is too much. If one product is 0.0 something, 0.1, how am I going to accumulate 150 case credits? It's you and your whole team. Okay, so I'm going to give an example, or rather, as I explained this, when you are a full member already, 1 case credit as an assistant supervisor in South Africa is about 3,000 rands. Okay, for Tanzania, one case credit is about 450,000 Tanzanian shillings. For Kenya, I'm not very sure, Okay, but I believe if you're here and you're a new person, you will still have, maybe if you'll be having questions, then you can always ask the person that invited you can always ask me as well. I will just need to know how to translate that into your currency, whatever currency that you have, I can be able to translate that. Okay, so after you understand the case credits, which is important because case credits determines how you're going to move levels. Going to supervisor, that is case credits. Going to assistant manager, you know how you're going to achieve incentives. When you say ego manager, it means you're supposed to do 720 case credits, for example, and some other qualifications. When you want to become a global rally qualifier, that is case credits because you need to have 1,500 case credits. For when it comes to chairman's bonus, that is case. So everything in Forever, because this is Forever money, will be determined by the case credits that you're doing, you and your team. Now, one very important thing that you need to know is not just doing case credits, also knowing that you're supposed to lay a foundation. And the foundation for your business, and we call it building blocks. Building blocks for your business as if you're building a house, you know? The building blocks when you're building the house is your 4 case credits. So when you're saying 4 case credits, we don't mean 4 case credits as it's a must that you do it. I don't say it's a must for you to do it. I say it's a must for you to do 4 case credits if you have got goals and if you want to achieve things with Forever Living products. So if you're just a person, you're just here to just make 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 rands, you can do that without even doing 4CC. And no one is going to force you to do 4CC. But one of the top leaders, actually top distributor for Forever Living Global, he's called Rolf Keep. He said, if there's one training that I need to train people to be able to succeed in this business, is how they can be able to achieve 4 case credits. Basically, knowing how you can be able to achieve 4 case credits and make a commitment and a culture of you doing your 4 case credits, that is the best decision you will ever do for your business. Because if you're not a 4CC qualifier, you cannot tell another person in your team to do 4CC. And if you're not having people in your team doing 4CC, if the number of people doing 4CC is not increasing in your team, you will never go levels. You can get to supervisor by selling. You can sell 10CC this month, you can sell 15CC next month, and you're a supervisor. But you cannot go to assistant manager if you're not a 4CC qualifier. If you don't have people going for 4CC, you cannot be a manager. You cannot be a senior manager. You cannot go to any other levels beyond supervisor if you're not a 4CC qualifier. So now the question is, when do you want to create this culture? When do you want to start being a 4CC qualifier? And I don't mean you getting to 4CC the first month and then the next month you're not a 4CC qualifier. You need to create a culture of being a 4CC qualifier every single month, because we say your contract with Forever ends every month. Every month, every Forever business owner is renewing their contract with Forever Living. Forever is never paying you for what you have not done. So for you to be able to achieve, you need to be able to do 4CC. And how can you do 4CC? We do 4CC by 2 things, 3 things actually. 1, you using your own products. So you using your own products, it means you buy products under your own name. The CC that you're doing under your own name, those are called active CC, and those are included in your 4 case credits. And 4CC, remember, that is minimum. So there are people that are doing 5, 10, and 15. You heard last week, Pauline is doing, on her good month, she's actually doing about 15 case credits. So 4CC is the minimum, and you need to give yourself a push for you to be doing the minimum. The second way that you can be doing 4CC is by retailing. And then the third way is by you building your Forever, by you getting other people to join your business. And by that, I'm going to share quickly on how you can be able to sponsor people in your business, because those people that are joining your business are determining are also part of your 4 case credits. So for example, if you have gotten someone that joined your business this month and they've done 1 case credit, that 1 case credit is counted on your 4CC. Now 4CC also for the people that are assistant supervisor, even assistant supervisor right now, there's money that you're losing if you're not being a 4CC qualifier. That is why it's important for you to understand. Supervisor, you're not gonna get your volume bonus. Volume bonus is the bonus from your team. You're not gonna get your volume bonus or group bonus from your team if you're not a 4CC qualifier. And that is supervisor and above. So the very first thing you're supposed to do is, I just want to remind you that you need to write a list. Again, first thing is you need to write a list. So this is your what you call forever building cycle. So need to write a list of people that you know. And we have got this book is called First Steps to Manager. And we have got what you call memory jogger. Okay, so it's going to remind you who you know. So make sure that you're writing a list of at least 200 names. And then do not judge when you're writing that list. Don't judge those people. Don't judge like, hey, maybe they don't have the money to start. Maybe this forever is too much for them. Maybe they already have the money. They don't need any more. You know, we have seen people that are from a very low background building the business, people with no education, they build the business. We have seen people with PhD, they're building the business. We have seen directors from companies and they're building the business. So don't judge a person. They don't know how to talk. They don't know this. Don't judge people. Just write everybody. Give them an opportunity. Contact them. Give them an opportunity of asking them if they're open to have a look. And that is what we call contacting. And contacting, when you're saying contacting, is you either writing a list, writing a message and text them, or you calling them. And when I'm saying calling them, I don't mean you call them and start talking about forever on the phone before they meet you. No, or before they attend the Zoom meet, or before you invite them for a WhatsApp meeting. No, I mean you calling them and tell them like, hey, do you have a minute? Yes, yes, yes. And this script, I see that it's in my head already, but it's also in your First Step to Manager, the script on how you can be able to make perfect calls for people to come for your meetings. So to be like, hey, do you have a minute? They'll say yes. I'm very excited because I've started a business. I'm in a business that and I'm looking forward to expanding. And so I'm looking for people that are open-minded, people that are determined, people that are goal-oriented. And I thought of you. Now, whatever I'm going to share with you, I'm not sure if it's for you or not, but I am open to giving more information. Are you having time for me to catch up with you over a cup of coffee? And then when they say yes, and then you give them time. So are you open either on Wednesday or Saturday? For me, I give them two options. So we're going to go and do the training when it comes to contacting on its own, like the training on its own on how you can be able to make these calls in a perfect way. So I'm not going to go into details, but contacting, I actually mean you contacting them and asking for an appointment. When they come, then or either on a one-to-one, or you can be able to share the pre-recorded Zoom meetings. You can be able to invite them for a Zoom meeting. And then when they attend to those ones, and that is when you are now able, like for example, now we have started the physical meetings. Make sure that you're prospecting and attending the physical meetings. I was invited for a physical meeting like 3 months every week consecutively until I said, let me just go. So if someone says, no, I'm not coming for this meeting, don't shy away and say like they're not going to attend my meetings. Keep inviting them for that. You understand? Until they attend a business presentation. And some people, they join before even they attend business presentation, which is okay. So these two steps, one can start before the other. When they attend the business presentation, they'll choose to join the business. And then when they choose, you have to, within 48 hours, you're supposed to do with them what I'm doing with you now. Planning for their business. So this is what we call the forever building cycle. This is how you're going to be able to sponsor people in your business. Now, for you to go through the cycle again, you need to understand why you should do it. Why should you have a team? It's important because without a team, you're not going to achieve the massive goal that you want to achieve. Those big goals, you'll never be able to achieve them if you're not sponsoring people in your business, okay? And so it's important for you to know that the process of recruiting has to be of high speed. So meaning, if you don't have a list, go write a list now. Have the speed. Do it now. Don't wait. Don't wait another 1 week, because within 1 week, if you're not writing a list within until 1 week or 2 weeks later, you will not be making the calls. If you're not making the calls, you're not showing people the business opportunity. It means people are not coming for your presentation. It means people are not joining. And so it will be very difficult for people to join your business. So, you need to do it as fast. And when you're saying contacting, for someone that is building the business part-time, we are needed. You are needed to at least contact 5 people. Say not 2 people, guys. I'll say 5 people a day. And because you can just text them. Texting 5 people a day is not a problem. It's not a big deal. It will only take you 5 minutes. So do that. If you're building a business full-time, that is you contacting about 10 people a day. So this is you writing a list. Make sure you have a list of names. I highly recommend. And this is what we call the memory jogger, which you will have. If you don't have First Steps to Manager, then screenshot this page, okay, for you to be able to do it, okay, for you to be able to remind yourself of people that you need to write on your list. If you have been in the business for over a month, you've been in the business for over, a year, 2 years, 3 years, and above, then what you need to do is you need to reconnect with your contacts. I'm sure you have got people in your phone right now that I'm sorry, I'm wearing an off shoulder, you know, so it keeps sliding down. But also apart from sorry, what I meant is when if about reconnecting, I mean, sorry, I distracted myself. So when it comes to reconnecting, you might have phone numbers of people that you have saved in your phone and you never contacted them. So I will I will urge you to sit down today, between now and Sunday, go through your phone book again and check who else am I supposed to add on my phone book. Okay, you might be new in the business, and there are people that are like, I cannot connect to people that I've not contacted them for over 10 years ago. Everybody has got those people. I will tell you this. Your job is to just tell them. In fact, you being in the business should be the reason why you were supposed to connect to the people that you are supposed to connect with them. So even if you have not contacted them for over 10 years, still write them down, and then you'll be like, you know what? I know we have not connected, for over 10 years, but I have started a very exciting business. I thought I should contact you. So I'm sure this is a good reason why you should connect, because I'm offering an opportunity for you to be able to go for your goals. I'm not sure if it's for you or not, but why don't we connect again so that I can be able to share with you? So even if you've not connected with them for 10 years, 20 years, still you can be able to contact them. Now, after contacting them, the next thing that you're supposed to be doing is to make sure that you're having a story. Because if you have contacted me and you want to meet me, you cannot just start sharing about the business opportunity if you're not sharing with me your story. Your story is what will relate with your prospects. So the other day I was here at my house with one of my leaders. She's called Yvonne, and we did. It was even less than 1 minute video where she's calling people and sharing a bit of her story, and connect as to why they should contact her for the business. So story. This is something that I really, really highly encourage. And there's also a training on how you should do your story. So maybe I can do that on WhatsApp, which I already did. I just need to go find it, and I can share with you on how you can be able to create a powerful story. For example, for me, I go out and meet people in malls, okay? When I go to the mall, what I do is I meet people, and the very first thing that I when I want to get their numbers, I'm like, hey, you know what? I know we don't have time, but this is my business card. There are other ways that I don't have to. I'm not sharing now because we don't have time, but I'll give them my card. But upon giving them my card, I'm telling them, you know what? I have got my 3-minute video that I'm going to share with you. I'm going to share with you that 3-minute video, and then from the video, you will tell me if you're interested. And then that is when I either after that I plan for a coffee meeting with them, or I invite them for a Zoom meeting. After I have shared the reason why I'm doing the business, who are the kind of people I'm looking for. So story, guys. If you're here, I will highly recommend that you create your own story, and I will tell you, you will see the massive difference when it comes to recruiting if you have a story. So make sure you're having your story. So we'll also go into details about it. Now, when it comes to, I remember I'm sharing how you can be able to build your business, and on top, like how you can be able to build your business massively, but most importantly is how can you be able to build your 4CC case credits. Okay, up until now, 4CC, right? So yes, you write your list. Then you go through the cycle for you to be able to sponsor them, okay? That is how you can be able to sponsor people. But now, on top of that, you need to also understand how you can be able to retail. And I'm going to share with you just different ways that you can be able to retail your business, because how much you retail will determine also how much you're going to move up. Because the more you retail, the more you are able to also tell other people, like, hey, you know what, be able to answer their first question, which is like, if someone is wanting to join the business, the very first question that's going to ask you is, how am I going to retail my products? How am I going to get back my money? So if you're able to retail massively, you can be able to also sponsor massively. Always remember that, So, and most importantly is you need to know that where the energy goes is where the results are coming. So of course, as much as you know how to retail, because there are people that are really massive retailers, they don't sponsor. The only reason is because they focus so much on retailing. I'm not saying don't focus on retailing. No, I'm saying do both. Make sure that when you're planning your day, you're planning on activities that are going to help you on retailing, and you're also planning activities that are going to help you on sponsoring as well. And one of the most important activities that I want to remind us, all of us, is doing product launches. The other day we went to Namibia and we did a product launch at a school. And it was powerful. We did a product demo there, and people were like very excited about the products, very excited about because of the product demonstration that we showed, and they wrote the numbers, the WhatsApp numbers for us to give them more information about it, So product launches, and we can do these product launches on Zoom, but right now that, most of countries are open into meetings, make sure that you are actually preparing your product launch within, even if it's for 5 people to 10 people, within the first week after now, have your first product launch. If not, at least within a week, at least within 2 weeks. We are recommended to do product launches at least twice a month. And this whole page is on how you can be able to do or to prepare yourself for the product launch. So if you've never done it, don't worry about it. Just write it down, product launch. And then after this meeting, contact the person that is your sponsor or your upline, and then make sure that you are planning for your first product launch. Another way of retailing is giving out samples, which I'm not going to share because we don't have samples as yet. But we have got what we call PUP. PUP is personal use product pack, and this is a very good way because you can pack your PUP as a gift. And you'll be like, you know what, I've started a business that is in health and wellness, and I'm so very excited because I have a gift for you. No one doesn't want a gift. So PUP always works very well. So if you don't understand what PUP is, please write it down again. P-U-P-P, write down again, and we will be able to explain much better for you. But PUP is you sampling the products according to a person. If someone loves hair, so you're gonna PUP products for hair. And then you're gonna give those products to that person to be able to try them for 4 days. After 4 days, they're supposed to give you feedback. Did they love the products? If they did, they're gonna place an order. Trust me, people that do PUP, I've been doing it PUP back in Tanzania where I have contacts, and I'm gonna start doing PUP again here because now I've already, I've got neighbors, where I live right now, that we have been able to connect after the pandemic, after the lockdown. So I'm gonna do the PUP again. I'm gonna be PUP sampling for them, and then, take them as gift, try for 4 days, and then they're gonna be buying. And I can tell you, it's a bit of an investment, but I can tell you it really speaks for you. PUP is like you speaking about the products without you being there. So I know PUP, please write it down. We are now back to doing tabletops. Just a request, and I'm really insisting, when you are doing a tabletop, make sure that it's very professional, guys, because you are building an international business. You're building a brand. So no one to be like everybody else that is doing just tabletops. I want you to make sure that you're putting efforts in your tabletops. Have a flower there, like this. You understand? Have products that are clean. Make sure that you have a tablecloth. Don't use just any other cloth. We have got tablecloth that you can be able to even print yourself. If you can be able to buy banners, have them. Make sure that your tabletop is really looking nice. We also need to now get back into doing office meetings. I've been doing office meetings for quite some time, and I want to get back. So like the other day, as I said, we also did in a school. You have got people that at a certain offices. Ask them. Because most offices right now they have good departments where they are dealing with health. So they will want their employees to be healthier. So they will definitely give you an opportunity. Like Pauline, she has got a contract with a certain bank. Then she is able to move around banks that it's called Equity Bank. All the equity banks in Tanzania. Can you imagine that? It's just up to her to be able to plan her days. But she has got that opportunity. So everybody has got that opportunity. We have got opportunity. So who do you know at a certain office? Ask them, write down the names of the companies, and then we will give you the letter for you to start sharing that. You understand? To those letters for you to letters to those companies for you to be able to get the opportunity to be able to present. You get an opportunity to present, don't worry, you're new, we'll be there to help you out. We'll go with you for you to be able to build this business. You can call your people, do like your friends, do them fashions like this, the way I was doing here. We have put this gathering, like this was a cell meeting for church. And then we were able to share. This is me. This is one of my leaders. She's called Rhoda. She was sharing about skin, and I was sharing about weight loss. So we have got these groups meetings, groups that will be able to, you can be able to ask for them to share 30 minutes for you to be able to share the product, okay? You can also prepare picnics like this, where people will be coming, and then you will be sharing the products with them as having fun on top of that. So there are snacks there, drinks, but you can also give them shakes, products, people to try the product. Trust me, activities like this, if you can be able to plan them, they will help you on your massive sales. And I'm sure if you are able to do these activities, you will not fail to do your 4CC. Product launches is an example of this one, you understand, where people come, they try the products, drink the gels, do fashions and all that. It's always very exciting. So guys, you can also build your business on social media. I decided to share those also for you to just not do social media alone, because I know people here like, hey, there's social media all the time. We talk about social media all the time, but guys, we need to get back into offline activities, which we did the training last week, but that is just a recap, all right? So the goal of doing all this is you getting to manager. The goal of you doing 4CC is you getting to manager. So once you have done your own 4CC, and then you have got 3 people doing the 4CC with you, that means if they do 4CC, you and your 3 people, that is already 4, that is already 16CC, right? 16CC first month, 16CC second month, you're already 32. That is you a supervisor already. You want to now get to manager, that is you doing 37.5CC, 37.5CC for 4 consecutive months. 37.5CC 4 consecutive months for you to become a manager at the plan of 150 case credits for 4 months. That is you, and you're only 8 people. Only 8 people in your business doing 4CC. So that is the reason why we are sharing all these activities, so that you can be able to do your 4CC and then create a culture for you to be able to do your 4CC. So remember, you're supposed to sponsor people. So sponsoring people, it means you need to create a goal of having at least your first 5 people. If you don't have 5 people in your team right now, make sure that you're having your 5 people that have joined the business. They're actually 2 case credits qualifiers, okay? They're 10 supervisors. Of the 5 people, only 1 person is going to be serious. So when you are saying you need to have 5 key people, it means, yes, sponsor 5 people quickly, but the goal is to have at least 25 people that have joined your business now, and they're also assistant supervisors, so that you can have your 5 people among the 25 people. Because not everybody that's going to join your business is going to get serious. As much as you want to do 4CC and you want your team to do 4CC, not everybody in your team will do 4CC. So for you to be sure that I've got people that are actually doing 4CC, is you need to sponsor the very first 5 people, and then keep on having a goal of sponsoring at least 1 person a month. Guys, it's not many people. The other day we were having training when the GLTs were in Dubai. And I think it was Rolf Kip who said, who is actually top distributor for Ever Living Global. And he said he sponsors only 1 person a month. Can you imagine? Well, he does more, but he makes sure that every month he doesn't miss 1 person to join the business. And guys, you can sponsor 1 person in a month, but doing 1 person, sponsoring 1 person every single month for the next 12 months is not a joke. That will need you discipline. That will need you to have that sense of urgency. That will need you to know that me going through the business cycle that I showed you, the sponsoring cycle that I've showed you, it will need you to have that sense of speed, that I need to make sure that I'm writing my list. I need to make sure that I'm making my calls, like 5 calls every day. I'm making, I'm having at least 10 people that are joining. 10 people that have seen the presentation from me. So 10 people that have either some of them have attended the Zoom meeting. Of the 10 people, some of them would have attended the WhatsApp meeting. Of the 10 people that have shown I've seen the business from you, some of them would have come for the physical presentation, or some of them you have made them in person over a cup of coffee. But at least in a month, in a week, you have got at least 10 people that have seen the business opportunity from you. So that by end of the month, you have got 40 people that have seen the business opportunity from you. And then from there, then you can be having at least 2 to 4 people that will join your business. So guys, it's not a joke, meaning there has to be work to be done, but it is worth it. It is worth it. You understand? So yes, getting to manage. So the goal is basically you getting to manage, okay? And then other levels will come. So the most important thing that you need to remember is you are retailing, but you are recruiting for the people to be able to retail. So that is what I said. You need to do both. As much as you're a good retailer, also remember that you cannot have, for you to have a bigger sales force, for you to have a bigger return, like revenues, okay? Because remember, this is a business, so you need to know my revenues. You need to know your revenues, okay? So for you to have bigger revenues, for you to get more bonuses, you have to have other people that are also retailing with you. Okay, so yes, 4CC, but the most important thing is having other people doing 4CC with you. So your 4CC, for you to get to supervisor, you need 3 people. For you to be a forever to drive, you need about 38 people doing 4CC in your team. For you to get to manage, you need about 15 people getting to doing 4CC. So 4CC is something that is super important. So getting to manager, you need 4CC, okay? So I want you to like start creating that culture. From this month, we still have got 10 days to go. 10 days to go. You understand? Why should you become a manager? Because getting to manager is giving you a privilege of getting 39,000 rands a month. Tanzanian shillings, that's 3 million. Kenyan money, that is about 150,000 Kenyan money, which is crazy money. You understand? Am I right? I think yes, 150,000, yeah? Kenyan money. So also now get to manager between now and March, because we have got a trip to Abu Dhabi. So give yourself a privilege of qualifying for Abu Dhabi trip, because not only that you're gonna go to Abu Dhabi, but I say you're gonna make the money, right? The money first, and then the trip is free. So I mean, why not giving yourself that privilege? And we're not gonna just going to Abu Dhabi. We're gonna go to Dubai. We're gonna go to, like, I mean, it's going to be, fun. The highest roller coaster in the world. Going to the desert in Dubai, riding the camels and all that. I mean, that is an incredible experience that you shouldn't let it go. And we still have got 5 months and 2 weeks. 2 weeks of this month, and then 5 months to come. So if you're here, the very first qualification that you need to have is to make sure that you're qualifying for 4CC this month. So do not disqualify yourself for this incentive by not doing your 4CC. Because you still have got the time for you, even if you have 0 in your CC right now, you still can qualify for 4CC. And then start building your business from there. By March, you can be a manager. You definitely can be a manager. But now the thing is, when you're a manager by March, it means by May, we are starting to work on ego manager. And ego manager, there's always a difference between an ego manager and a normal manager. Ego manager is basically earning twice. Like, for example, we have got an ego manager and we have got a normal manager that is not an ego manager. The income that an ego manager that is making a month is basically twice as twice comparing to the income that a normal manager that is not an ego manager is earning. So ego manager, not only that you're gonna get a free ticket, you and your husband or you and your wife, but you're still gonna be earning some incredible amount of money. You understand? So get to manager by March so that you can get a free ticket to Abu Dhabi. But manager by April, meaning you'll be a manager by April, but by the time we are finishing April, so that's when you start May, we all start working for ego manager. Can I be, please, for me to know that you're following, can I see ego managers? Can I see people that are gonna be managers by March? Can you just type in? Can you just tell me that I'm gonna be a manager, please? Please show me that, and I'm sure your leader is reading. So commit yourself, show that on the chat, I'm gonna be a manager. So that your leader can screenshot it and know that this is the person I'm gonna work with. Because of course, we have got bigger teams. You have got a team of, how many people? I cannot focus to everybody. Kumu cannot focus with everybody. We'll focus with only the people that are committed. So show that in the chat that I am going to be a manager by March. That means you're also committing into doing 4CC by end of this month. That is the commitment that you need to put. Okay, so keep chatting there, So when it comes to building your business, one other thing that you're supposed to do for you to be able to either sell the products or sponsor people is prospecting. So we did talk about these prospecting activities last meeting. So I'm not gonna go into that, just screenshot this and just know that this is what you're supposed to do. So every day you're supposed to collect at least 2 new numbers. If you're gonna do that online, well and good. So don't just be posting and then wait for people to come to you. If you're gonna build that online, then that means you need to also commit into inboxing people. So for example, me, what I do for me to get new numbers, when I put when I put my Insta stories, for example, or Facebook stories, I go to the people that have watched it. Those people, that means they're actually online and they're also interested in me. That is why they've gone to my Insta stories or my Facebook stories. And then I send them a direct message, like, thank you for, for watching my Insta story. And, like something like that, like, hey, I'm also building a business and I'm opening into sharing. I'm not sure if it's for you or not, like the one that you're inviting people. Just exactly like that, you understand? But send them a direct message for them to even be more interested in what you do, but also to bring them to your WhatsApp, okay? And these are some offline ways of you getting numbers. I remember when I went to Namibia, The very first day we landed in Namibia, you know what I did? We actually went to one of the malls, and I met one of the ladies she called Anna, and she's joining the business. She was to join yesterday, but the amount, she had a limit on our card, okay, and she did not have the card that she needed for her to sign up, and she is going to join with 6.3, 2cc. And I just met her in the mall. The next day she came for the meeting, and she's ready to join. I even recorded a video. I'm going to share that video in the groups as well for you to see that you can meet people, strangers, and they can be able to build a business with you. So I want you to screenshot this screen, okay? I want you to screenshot this because it's a very important screen. Why? Because these are the number or the tracker, or rather the activity that you're supposed, no, these are the numbers that you're supposed to track, okay? So you're supposed to know in 7 days, how many people have I contacted? Remember, you as someone that is building the business part time, you're supposed to build the business. You're supposed to make 5 calls a day. So how many calls have you done? How many new numbers have you collected for that week? How many one-to-ones have you done? So one-to-ones could be people that have attended a Zoom meeting. Okay, well, so one-to-ones, and that is also the people that have seen the business opportunity from you. So how many one-to-ones have you done? How many videos have you sent? And not just sent them, but videos that people have actually watched. Okay, and me, I've got questions that I always ask people before I send them messages. So before I send them the videos for the business presentation, so I can share with you those questions that I always ask them, for you to be sending videos that will be bringing you results. Okay, how many guests have I invited for the business presentation? How many business presentations have I attended myself? Okay, so you need to be able to know that I've been able to. You need to be able to know that I have been. This is what I've done for the last 7 days. So for you to be able to do that, you need to have what we call 7-day plan. Most of people don't do this, but instead within, on every Sunday, you're supposed to sit down and know what you're supposed to do for the next 7 days. So even those 5 numbers, you need to write them down. So on this list, for me, what I always do on this page, is I write 35 names. And these 35 names is for people that I'm going to call on Monday, people I'm going to call on Tuesday, people I'm going to call on Wednesday, people, that is what you need to do. So if you're going to do 10 calls, that means you need to have about 70 names. That is why I'm saying you need to have new numbers every day, because if you are doing massive work, it means your numbers will be depleting every time you do the calls. Other activities, those will be like how many one-to-ones, when am I supposed to meet someone, maybe you already have got activities planned, which there's a team training like this one, you need to put it and know and save the time, and all that. So guys, you just need to have the consistent and persistent to build your business. That is what you need to have. So 4cc, don't just do this month because you want to qualify you do not want to disqualify yourself for Abu Dhabi on the first month. No, it's supposed to be a consistent activity. You understand? All these are things that you're supposed to do them. Attend trainings, focus on your goals, never give up when it comes to your business, collect 5 to 10 contacts every day. That is something that you're supposed to do consistently. And I recommend that you read this book, and that will sum up, general what you're supposed to do for you to build your business massively. Please also screenshot this page. This is what you're supposed to do. This is what I'm asking you to do as your to-do list. You don't have to be a new member, everybody. This is what I have this and this. I'm going to send you all these things that I've said I'm going to send you, but that's thing that you're supposed to do yourself, like creating your own business story. There's a trial customer message, which I always share that. And so if you've never use a trial customer message and send it to people, you're supposed to do that, because if you've not done it, it means you're not using it in a way that will help you bring customers. If you don't know your password for the business, for your forever website, you need to know it. If you don't know how to order, don't know how to register people. Now we have got a new application in South Africa. So you need to have this Biashara Plus app for you to be able to calculate your orders and all that easily. So these are things that you're supposed to know, especially if you've just started the business. You're already in the business, and some of these things you have not done them, then you need to do them. You understand? These are the list of the names that you can be able to get to YouTube and watch the trainings for you to be able to understand how you can be able to build your business. So guys, these are also the skills that you're supposed to master when it comes to this business, skills that you should know. And we will be doing the trainings every week, and we'll be touching these skills. So one is you're supposed to know how to create your contact list, which you can definitely do that on your own. This doesn't need a training, but we have got training on prospecting. We need to know how to do contacting, which that is a training on its own. We need to know how to tell your story. That's a training on its own. But you can always ask before waiting for the training, guys. You don't need to wait for the training. You need to understand this, and you need to know how you can get the information, or how you can be able to master these skills. So as I said, go to YouTube. All trainings for this is there. How to do an effective one-to-one, how to answer, frequent asked questions. What are those? We even have a video, which is replying to all the frequent asked questions, how to make an invitation, how to make a proper follow-up. Okay, how to do a business presentation, how to do planning with your new downline. So I want you to screenshot this, and for you to be able to do this, okay, and start looking for information on how you can get these skills. Don't wait for the training. As I said, if you want to move faster, you need to know how you can get your own information for you to build your own business. Things you should know, just a quick one. Okay, how to log into your Forever system, how to place an order, how to do an online registration. If you're new, these are things that you're supposed to do. If you're not new and you don't know these things, that means you have not done your homework. So please make sure that you're looking for information. You can come to me, you can come to your other upline, you can go to Kumo, So please make sure that you're getting all this for you to be able to build your business. By saying that, I want to thank you all very much, but I want you, if you have good questions, just write it down. I probably won't be able to reply to that question, but I'm going to screenshot it